Are we on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights, cameras. Hit me.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
Wednesday edition of Culture Daily, and we've already spoken to a gospel artist, CC Chum. I'm sure you enjoyed that conversation. Well, there's more lined up this morning for you. Wherever you are doing the listening, whether on plus 89.9 FM, or if you are at home also watching us on TV, on 3 Music TV, one more time, you're welcome to the show. We're in the final hour of the show. Before we jump into our big conversation real quickly, you know, we're in a season and times when you don't even have to wake up and go all the way to the bank to do transactions, right? You can do same from home on ZPay. Most transactions on ZPay, if you want to do funds transfers, very simple. ZPay is always open for you, okay? Now, if you're a first-time user of ZPay, guess what? You get 10 cedis airtime bonus. Easy does it. Now, simple. Just dial *270#. Press 7 for MoneyGram, especially when you want to use it for the MoneyGram conversations. Press number 7 for MoneyGram to wallet. So basically, someone can send you money and you can transfer that money from the MoneyGram account straight to your wallet. Now, using ZPay, just enter your 6-digit PIN and enter your 8-digit MoneyGram reference number, and then you can answer the security question correctly, and boom, you are in there. Now, still talking gospel music. Well, Kofi Owusu Live in Tema is going to happen on the 20th of August at the ICGC Zoe Temple in Community 5. Now, ministry will be the Lion Akasi Brimpon, the Soulful Dinah Hamilton, and the Evergreen Bethel Revival Choir. Host is Kofi Owusu himself. The rates is 60 Ghana cedis upwards, 100, and then 150 Ghana cedis VIP. And you can actually get your tickets by dialing *725 *7000 # *725 *7000 # on all networks. Okay, now you can also buy your tickets from the following places: the ICGC Zoe Temple itself. You can buy from Evangel Temple, that's ICGC in Dowenya. You can buy from Evergreen Supermarket in Tema, Batuna, Total, Spintex, Airport Shell, Tema Community 11, and the KFC. Now, you can also call the hotline on 027-1425-445. That's 027-1425-445 for tickets. This event is proudly supported by Total Family Health Organization, DSTV, Silicon House Productions, and of course, all the media partners. Kofi Owusu Live in Tema, 20th August. Every time is worship time. I'll be telling you more also about what you can do at Tunnel Lounge, plus some excitement on *959# and what you can do to enhance that smile if you want to feel confident by brushing your teeth with Pepsodent. All this lined up for a big convo this morning. As ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on stage, performing live on stage, Ewura Abena. Akwaba.
Yeah.
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 And then which one do we say yeah? When you say
if the person can be a father.
Oh.
Yeah. If the person can be a mother.
When the ASCII is asking
So if you could stand in as a father to me, I can say yeah.
Okay.
We have.
So the response on choices as to who's asking,
or
who's
I can
saying.
say yeah.
Okay.
Or if there's that relationship, I can say yeah, my own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'll be at the
Hey. On and on. It is very important that we actually, we're talking some time back about our local language and how policies. Yes, exactly, and how we put that at second place. And you are lashed in school for speaking vernacular and all. I can imagine. We've gone through errors. Anyway, welcome to our show. Welcome to our little house. It's a fun place. We have great conversations in here. So one more time, you're welcome. I like the outfit, though, I must say.
Thank you very much.
And I like to always take things like from the beginning of time, because that's one of the only ways we can appreciate and sort of understand the journey that it has been for you. Gospel in itself is a space where, countless times people say it is a calling. That same Seed Perez Music was here, and then he spoke heavily about, how his life transitioned from what it used to be to when he got the calling. Has it been the same for you?
I won't say the same.
Okay.
I may not know his, so...
No, in terms of transitioning from a certain...
No, because
point.
I was born into a Christian home.
So the influence was
yes,
right
was
from the beginning.
Scratch. My father was a pastor, so...
Even before beginning.
Yes, I was born into a pastor's home. So there are little things that you start right from the
How
church.
is it like being, living in a pastor's home?
It's
Is
hard.
it strict daddy?
It's hard.
How did you live that with what's excitement, the other excitement that life can bring you?
It's hard. It's hard. I say it's a bit too much of a pressure
Wow.
to be a pastor's kid. Even when it hurts, they want you to smile. Even when you're hungry, they want to say you're fasting. No, so it's not that easy being a pastor's kid. And I say that the attention, not all of them, but most of them, most pastors pour attention and love on the outside than their home.
Did you ever feel forced to be...
I did. I was forced to be what I was.
I like the honesty.
I won't let you vent.
Wow. What did you want? What?
No, this is gonna be interesting.
You're going to enjoy today. I know, right? Myself.
Very honest guest. You are rare.
What was it like? What was it like in the house? If you can just take us through some practical.
Outside being a pastor, my father is a strict man. So you know that kind of man that you can't bring a man home.
Hey, a boy.
You can't bring anybody home. The only man I took to my house was the man I married.
Wow. Lucky
And
guy.
he came with errors. Because, of course, there are things that I should have learned. If I'm being honest, if I look back, now I've decided that I don't want to change anything in my past because that's just being bitter. But there are things that I could have learned before going into that battlefield. There are things I would have loved to explore, know a little of, and then be who I wanted to be. Back then, I was very wild.
Wow.
Not wild in the sense of but
negative,
me active.
Curious.
You know,
Aggressive.
that guy, you can't bring me down on your kamishi. But I was tamed, you know.
Wow.
But at least Bible says that all things work together for good to them that love God. So it ended well for me.
Did you fight back at home on some of the things? Example, I'll give you an example for me. Charlie, waking up in the morning for Sunday service, and it was difficult, you know, but you're coming from a Christian home and you have to go to church on Sunday, regardless whether you feel for it or not. You know, on Wednesdays, so I'm Catholic, so on Wednesdays there was rosary intercessory service sessions, you know, stuff like that. You have to go. You can't.
No go grotto Friday.
Grotto on Fridays, you know, like preparing during the season of Lent, you know, going. It's a whole lot of things you have to do. Did you fight back on some of these things?
My father, fortunately for him and unfortunately for us, is too strong for us. He's 72 years now, and the things my father can do, you can't do half. So he makes me feel like a lazy brat.
Wow.
So my father can preach the whole week and won't feel tired. Until when we have to go for all night, you call night about, and then morning we have to go and do something in the church, and you are tired. Lazy. What have you been doing? Man, I was in church, I was on my legs, on these feet, singing all through. But he doesn't see it, not because he doesn't appreciate it, but my father is strong. My father is strong. So it was hard. Sometimes I want to be rebellious a bit, so my father keeps saying, so because
Please, this is the fourth language you've spoken this morning. Ghana, Fancy, and English.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm counting. Spanish is coming.
Because sometimes somebody has to stand up for the whole thing. I was that, you know, every family has that crazy one.
That one person.
It was me. I would just speak. I'm not used to faking. Until when things are, you're making me do what
You don't like.
is not inside. Nah, I'm a bread. That's how I'm a bread. So life just changed things for me.
What kind of roles were you picking up in church at a very young age?
What I started is what I'm still doing.
Singing.
Wow.
So my father has helped me.
I actually I'm curious to find out if she had siblings and how you were the chosen one for all these challenges.
The Gaddafi of the house.
we were 6, one boy.
Oh
Wow.
Yes, and I happened
Last
to
is
be
it last?
He's the third. He's a third.
Sweet spot in the middle.
In the middle.
Wow.
And I happen to be the last but one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Almost the last. So,
Wow.
I shouldn't be the one to
Exactly.
fight.
That's yeah.
But and then when things have happened the same way for some time, it's normal for some people. But
Right.
I don't know, with me it wasn't. I think I wanted to fight for some things for me. The more reason I don't want my kids to see some things I saw. I wanted love. I wanted some attention. And I say that these are the little things that a mom can say, so for banye. Because if we sit here, we have a child here, we're not doing anything, the children will be quiet. They'll be all right. Soon as you pick a phone to make a call, they want attention. They'll do everything they can do to get attention. Sometimes those things the kids do is just to get attention. So at the end of the day, I was looking for love elsewhere. So I've learned lessons that in as much as I'm a child of God and I want to do the work of God,
You're human.
if they call me right now that my children want to speak with me,
Wow.
because I'm first a mother. That's my main calling before this one. Bible says that if somebody cannot manage their home, they don't qualify to manage the church.
church. Yeah, it's true.
But we forget those things. So those were the things I was fighting for. So at the end of the day,
You know,
I want to know if this curiosity.
You get honest person. So if you want to ask,
Oh yeah, yes, we shall be here. Today we'll go till 12. Oh, no problem. I'll pick it up.
I think we have one here. So we'll leave it.
You know, I wanted to know that this curiosity and this whole recalcitrant childhood, youthful exuberance, did it ever push you to question faith? I mean, the world is riddled with religions and faiths, and depending on where you are and who you are and where you are born into, one of them becomes your go-to. Did you ever question the world around you, that am I doing this because it's just where I was born into? Do I want to look at something else? Am I curious about anything else? Or did you have a challenge with that fight internally? It's like your father is a math teacher, so you have to learn maths. You have to be good at maths. Even if you're not good at maths, do maths. You know, did you ever want to not be in this space at any point in your childhood?
I call myself special because even with the church, I have a special thing with me that if you are speaking, even if you're my father, if you are teaching the Bible, I have a personal scrutiny I do.
okay,
I have never doubted my father's ministry or anything. I have never wanted to do any other thing.
Okay.
But the thing with me is that I knew the word. I don't know how my father did it, because personally he wasn't doing it one-on-one with us. That's why I say I'm a special child. I say that I am what I am now, not because my parents were good parents, no. God had a special plan for me. I never for once, I'm not saying it to sound like those who have had it before are bad, but I've never had alcohol, I've never clubbed, all those vices, never. And I am happy about it. So nothing pushed me to think to want to go outside. I only wanted what was rightfully mine ever since I was a child. I only wanted that.
Is it difficult being let me just okay, is it difficult being Krife in this world we are in today?
What is Krife?
Being very godly, being godlike, let me say that, being godlike, being Christ-like in
That
this
is not supposed to be like acting like God, is it?
Yes, in terms of taking your values a bit more stronger than what a regular person would do. I mean, that's just what another person would do. Somebody might find it, okay, you know what, let me just get drunk till I can't walk. It's just drinking, it's just alcohol, you know, and misbehave. It's just only once. Those kind of values that you put to yourself. Is it difficult being that?
In this world, it's difficult to follow Christ because the world in itself is difficult to live in. Finances can make you lose that principle you have about God, that I won't take bribery. That's the reason why the Bible says that let the mind of Christ be in you. For me, it's not difficult as in the word, but you have to put in a lot of effort to maintain principles. A lot of effort. Somebody asked me, so if you don't take alcohol, what is your go-to when you are sad? I battled depression and anxiety.
Which
before.
I was just coming to. Hence,
I
the reason why I asked that question.
was never drawn to alcohol. It is all I know is Christ. All I know is Christianity. So when you do it more of religion, Bible says that concerning what you will drink and eat, let no man judge you. So if you have a personal place with God, nobody will tell you what to do. It's just that some people, we personally don't have principles. Because a married man will say, I will never cheat on my wife. That's a personal principle. They will never do it. Somebody too is normal. So it's a personal principle. I have some personal principles. I'm not perfect, but I have my personal principles. If I feel like you're cheating me, the thing I don't like about life, in everything that makes it life, is lies. If you lie to me, I feel like you're insulting me. So those are the personal principles I have. Yeah. But being difficult to keep it is like, I don't want to lie, but I'm owing you and you're coming. I don't have it. It forces you to lie. These are the small things. The Bible says that God created man simple, but mankind made themselves complex. Life, Christianity should be simple, but these little things, you don't want to lie. It will make you lie. But
this part that God didn't tell women, they have to go back to the women crash Wednesdays. God created women simple, but they have complicated the process.
All of that. God created mankind simple, but mankind made themselves
women have
complex.
complicated it.
You made it complex.
Why are you watching me like?
But the little Bible story I know, Adam was simpler before Eve came.
Don't start.
Don't start the battle.
You and I there will do
Don't
it.
go there. You and I were not there. You and I were not there.
You know, it's because you mentioned depression as well. I mean, I was coming to that as well. What does the upbringing in such a Christian home, where there's so much easy life out there, what did it do to you as a child growing up? I want to just see your mental state before you got into the music.
I didn't see that thing you're saying outside there. I didn't see it.
Okay, so it wasn't.
So I kept saying, some time back I said, I don't know what I'm losing. I don't want to know.
Okay.
Because I didn't see it.
So you never felt like you were missing out on a quote unquote normal life?
I never felt abnormal. No.
Parties, raves, boyfriend.
I had boyfriend.
But they couldn't come to the house.
You can't come to my house.
Not.
You know. You can't come. I remember when I released Ajemenkwa, 2009. My hairstyle was boom. And in our house, you can only leave my father's house when you marry. You cannot go and enter. And you know, boy, so I had one presenter friend who was passing through the and said, I said, oh, come. But please, you are passing through. And then he came around. He parked in front of our house. It's a main road, so it's open. So open the doors, open the car doors. We opened it. I was sitting in my legs outside. So my father's car came. I said, you're in trouble. My father will kick you out. Outside, we were not even in the compound. And he said, are you sure? I said, they call him Yaumosi, my father. He came in, bent down, looking to the car. I said, hey, Abador. I knew what was coming, so I laughed. I said, I told you. I said, get inside. And I ran inside. I was a star.
Wow.
I was a star then. It's normal to me that time.
No, because Ajemenkwa was a big song.
It was a big
song. It was
song.
a very big song then.
To my release,
exactly.
Once Nasi was my manager.
Please remind me of the
Ajemenkwa, Mami Awodin,
Nasi did a fantastic chorus. Nasi produced and managed.
We did it,
together.
So it was a big song. Nasi was my manager. It was a big song, but that time you did there, you cannot.
Even as that time being a big star.
What did he think about you being a big star? He knew you were a big star.
When I was star, he still saw his little girl. He still saw his little girl. I got married, my father. We went on honeymoon, and Sunday we went Tuesday. Ewura Abena, bra, dance man, by Adam. Oh, we left the honeymoon and came and went do it for him and go back.
Oh my!
So he saw that little daughter.
Did he step in to take on management or anything of such sorts, you know?
He should have. And there were sorry.
So you'll be back tomorrow,
I won't come.
for another conversation. You'll come.
I'm not coming.
Did he didn't involve himself in the business of...
I feel like Ewura Abena knows her dad.
Yeah.
In fact, both of them know each other.
They know each other.
Yeah, because
before I ask, say,
yeah. Because even to have the confidence, like Cyril said, like she's being very direct and very upfront, you know, and you need to know your ops to speak about them that way, And after all these years of being a Rabna, I think you went with a break.
Yeah.
But was it because of daddy or
no? Life just
happened.
Me.
Okay, all right. So it's I don't know how to feel about it. Like it's revealing. It's nice to know that daughters of men of God or great men of God have these stories, but they don't actually get it shared, and we see them as like the holy grail of humanity, and so when they go off tangents, then we become judgmental.
Yeah, but
like
you don't know what they've been through.
But you don't know what they've been through, because clearly she's been caged. Clearly even when she became a star, she's been asked to sit down.
Let's expand the conversation around that stardom, that moment on the first big hit that came. How the song was received back at home when they realized that people were now chasing after you. You had to go out and all that. Just run us through how life was at that time with Daddy in the picture.
So when Nasi was done with the project for me, Nasi was not supposed to be my manager.
How did he even penetrate your dad?
I just went into his studio to do my song.
Okay.
After doing the song, 3 years in the studio, we're looking for a manager. So Nasi spoke to me that it would be good if we can't get a producer to speak to a family, because there's talent. Nasi saw a big talent in me when I didn't even see. So we speak to somebody in the family to support, and we did. Nasi himself and Mr. Akable, they went, spoke to the person, and the person said...
the late Akable?
Akable is like...
No, Akable is the high life.
Not Joe Aka. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
It's not Akable.
Hey, my brother.
I'm sorry.
Don't kill anybody on that show.
I'm sorry, please.
So
I retract, please.
They went to speak with him, and it's okay. He's traveling abroad. August, he's going to come back and bring the money. Everything was at that time I think it was 10,000, 100 million. We'll do everything. It was 2000. That's 15 years ago. 2008. So Nasi thought that his money is coming, so he started doing things with his own money. We started shooting video, did the CDs and all that, only for the person to come back and say, so Nasi won't come already. So we had to do it so that he can get his money back. So we put the song out to finish the video and everything. Less than 2 weeks, Ajim Nkwafa. That's the reason why people know the song. They don't really know my face. Because Nasi was an accident manager, a kind man that just took the role. So, within less than 2 weeks, the song is Ajim Nkwafa is boom. I will play the video small while. He took his money, I took my money, and business ended.
Oh.
So, in between that time that Ajim Nkwafa was big and all that, I remember, these kind of things happen. They will show you off. That one day, my father was showing me off because that one they'll show you off the pride. My daughter has done this. My daughter has done this, but it doesn't stop him from exercising his power as a father. Yeah, and I think that thing helped me. It helped me because I remember once I was so angry at him. I packed my things and left the house.
Wow.
Going where?
I went to sleep at one of musician friend of mine. I went to sleep in her house because I was angry. And the thing is that I would have to marry to get out of the house. I was angry. So when you're fighting with your father, where do you go? So I went to hide there. And my mother called me Ewura Abena. My mother is she's gone. When you divide the hearts into two, one is hers, one is mine. Ewura Abena Brefi. Ewura Abena Brefiati. And so I'm sad for those that have both parents the same. It will be terrible for them. I had Kampi father. My mother was soft. My mother was gentle and kind with us. My mother will stand up for us. My mother will fight for us. When it comes to my father, if a church member and myself have an issue, I see. That thing is one of the things that got me bitter in life. Because it looks like there's nobody to stand up for you.
Yeah.
And my mother was there. My mommy, and give it to the person. So my mother called me, come back home, and I came home. And when I was coming, now I said, Papa Jam, I knew something about me. So I got to the house, I went to his room, opened the door, good evening. I went to my room.
I wish you were watching this interview.
we are like that now. We'll fight. And so one of the pastors said, "We know Papa Mokopa, so we are close." I'm so that's how it should be. If I'm not happy about it, so that time, if I'm not happy about something with him, he knows I will show it. But the thing is that you have to cover your back. So even when somebody's making you sad or making you bitter outside, you can't show it. But
let me take it away from Daddy for a second and come back to Nasi. Now, he's also a gospel artist and a producer. There's always been that difficulty. I wouldn't say it would be difficulty, but there's always been that how to handle another artist if I'm also another artist, or how to sign another artist. We've seen splits between the likes of maybe like Sarkodie Akwabwa, Sarkodie Strongman, I think. Quite a number of artists, Samini, Kofi Kinata, Samini, Stoneboy. What was it like working with another gospel artist as your manager and producer?
When I went into Nasi's studio, he wasn't a full gospel artist. He was a producer.
Okay.
He had not brought in. I was with Nasi before No Tribe even came, so I was part of Tribe.
Okay.
So I was part of No Tribe. So Nasi signed me when he wasn't out officially as an artist with a song. He was that time. He had produced Obonyo, people that were not even gospel. So that time Nasi was purely a producer, a beat maker, a producer that could sing. Nasi is just an embodiment of music. He's good, but that time he wasn't. So I'll say that it was after we did what we did before he came out with.
Would you say in totality? Oh, sorry, I know you have a question coming up. Would you say gospel music pays?
Now I can say.
So what was it like then?
Because I started on the wrong foot.
Where the footing would be?
Where it would mean getting help. So Nasi was not supposed to come in. So he came in unprepared and all that. So it wasn't too comfortable financially. If we had gone by the plan Nasi had that time and the person that was supposed to come in will come, because those days you sell CDs and cassettes, so real money, tangible, it comes in here. Unlike now, apart from we trying to introduce the hard copies more, we're doing more of digital and all that, but it pays. The only thing is that it takes a lot to get to where it pays. It takes a lot to get to where it pays. And see, if you put in just a bit more and you don't put in the lot, the bit more that won't come, and you won't get anything back. Now you're wasted effort.
Let me ask this very interesting question. Now, because we had a conversation also Sisi Chum was earlier on, drawing the fine line between business and salvation when you're writing your lyrics. In secular space, I'm thinking of what's trendy, thinking of a dance. I know the elements must clash. I get some girls in my music video. There's Afrobeats trending right now. Let me do some Afrobeats in there. Colorful video. A little bit of some piano in there and all. There's some elements that when you get it right, you just might be on the global conversation. What about gospel music and what it is now?
I can't speak for anybody. I can only speak for myself.
Okay, what it is now for you?
People don't know that gospel sells. Gospel sells. The pure gospel sells. I have a song. I have a song and a video that's not glamorous, but it's good. So I package the gospel. Jesus, just Jesus, the name Jesus come to him. In him was life, and the life was light of men. And highness was sumu, sumanini so. It is just the gospel. It will sell. I don't need to.
There are no trends.
I don't need to trend to go. Bible says that the steps of the righteous are ordered by God. I have a personal place with God when it comes to music. So I will touch on those places that are normal. Because I say I'm not your usual gospel singer. No, you won't get it from me. I will give you what he gives me. Because I have a song. I have a song in there. I said the battle in my head is driving me crazy. You won't hear it in anybody's gospel. I put it there. It's not about the trend. Because see, if you sow it in his name, he will water it, you will reap. I don't need the trends. I hate it. So I say my song, it is finished. It's just the gospel in simplicity. Summary, summed up to you. You will take it. So it is business. Jesus said that I must go about my Father's business. So Jesus himself knows that gospel is a business. So he gives me a song. If it's coming from, he will give me a song that will go that far, that will bring me money. So my songs are good. They are packaged well. Me ankasa so my package, good packaging. I'm this hano.
Sharp.
Me that's
Sharp.
thank you.
You got a package.
What has been the very common message in gospel music? Now I want to go into the studio with you, into that production mindset that you are going to produce a song today. What is that message that trends in your mind constantly to put out, that message that you want to have in your music at all times?
If you ask my fans, they will know. Hope.
Hope.
I sing hope. I sing peace in Christ. That's all I'm doing. So if you listen to my album, you see that's all I'm doing. So even when I am depressed, I'm still singing what will lift me, not drop me down.
Does it mean that, and I'm asking this question because we are getting there, sorry to catch you, but does it mean that gospel music 90% of the time speaks to people who are in that dark place seeking the light?
No. My song, I don't want to speak for anybody. My songs are supposed to bring you to that point where you will remember, even when you are doing well, you remember everything you have been through and give glory to God. And when things are not good, you remember what He has done for you, His track records, and still stick with Him. This is what I do. So praising in the midst of the storms and praising Him when everything is good. David says that, help me, Lord, that I may remember you even when things are good and bad. But we make it look like if you're a Christian, you shouldn't go through troubles. So to say, I have had issues before that a pastor told me, but there was a time somebody was ill and they asked Jesus, who sinned? Is it the mother or the father? And he says, no, it's just for the glory of the Father to be revealed. Yeah. So I am of the hope that anything we do without the hope of Christ, we are wasting our time as Christians. Christ in us is our hope of glory. That is all. Straight. So whatever I'm doing, I'm worshiping Him because He is my hope, not because of what He's done for me. He doesn't stop to be God because He didn't give me the chance to conceive or bless me with a child. He doesn't stop to be God because the business went bad. I've been through hell. It doesn't stop Him from being God because at the end of it all, somebody went through half of mine and died. Somebody contemplated suicide and was successful. I did. I didn't die. Mm-hmm. So I sing hope, not because everybody is in trouble. Bible says that in this world you will face trials and tribulations. The part that is important is that I have overcome the world. It's the victory we look at. So it's not uplifting people. No. I sing hope. That is Him. He's our hope of glory. I sing hope and peace in Christ. That's all I do.
Tough question with secular artists and gospel artists. Would there be ever features on your side?
Bible says that as many as are led by the Spirit, they are the children of God.
Children of God.
That's all I do now. If I feel like I have to feature this person, I'm not thinking of it. And somebody was asking me, if a secular person writes songs for you, will you sing it? So me, my special place, me, I'm a special person. I did my corner. But for featuring, because I'm telling you, somebody may be called secular, but is living a godly life than will be auto gospel. Mm-hmm. When Samuel went to anoint Jesse's children, he saw one fine boy and said that, behold, this is the anointed of the Lord. And the Lord said, no, I have rejected this one. You look at what is on the outside. I look in the inside. There are times I've been invited to places I couldn't go because I was broke. So if I invite you to my event and you don't come, I don't judge you. We look at people and judge them. But He who sees beyond us, He saw from yesterday, what tomorrow will be like for me. And He kept me together. I have no right to judge anybody. So this is a conversation between what my conviction has brought to me and management. And then a feature. But for now, dear, I haven't thought about it.
Okay.
I think Candid had a question. You want to ask it?
I don't remember it now.
What is the I'm coming from a very ignorant place. What is the current
Splintex?
Yes. Splintex Sakumono. What is a current world of gospel artists? Now I'm well versed with what's happening in the secular space, just because of maybe interest. Current trends with Afro beats and and all the dancing and Dance God Lloyd must do some thing for you in your dance and Afronita and endurance, all the big dances we have. These are the trends. What are the current conversations in the gospel space now? I'm a gospel artist, business wise, and getting my songs out there, because of course I may pick verses from the Bible and sing too easy and feed a certain market or people targeted people who would need my song as a way to find salvation. That is there. It is what gospel is. But what is it now like being a gospel artist?
For me. I'm always speaking for myself.
For you, yes, for you through the eyes of Ewura Abena.
Thank you very much. To my cat's eyes. For me,
it's a very general and broad question. So feel free to pick any part of it.
Okay. Ask again. Let me pick another part.
You can touch on finances. You can touch on trends of the gospel artistry. You can touch on events of the gospel artistry. I just want to have a broad sort of understanding of what the trends are now in the space.
I am for the opinion that you can't just drop one song and leave it there.
Okay.
I am with that opinion. In as much as it comes with a lot of responsibilities. For me, I released This Far first last year, October, with a plan. So it's a plan thing for me. You can't just release and think the trends will work. Now, it's critical planning that goes with gospel. It's not like first you can just release your radio, no. It's different. Now people are thinking of the trends in secular. You are not thinking of the trends, but how to let it go there.
How do you activate the music? When you finish releasing it, how do you activate the music? So
what we do is we call something like something like trickling effect. So you start working towards it. If I wait this week, I'm releasing a song and I make noise about it and release, I have wasted the song. My songs are too powerful to be wasted. So we can take like 3 months to prepare people's mind that I'm bringing a song. My team is a wild one. And God bless New Star Records.
So how do you psych the people that you're bringing the song? What are some of the things you do?
Like This Far, I was out of the thing for over 6 years. That is out of bringing music. But from 2009, whatever I brought, if you're calculating back, it's like 14 years back. So how do I come in a way that people remember me for who I was? And then I give them the new me. So this is what we do. We bring in the old Ajiminkwa. People love it. One of the oldest placed songs. Old, but people still love it. So we activated the old one. And that's how we did it. We activated it. People didn't know the face. Put a face to that one. Put a face to that one for some time. Show them the new me that's coming. Because the new me for Ewura Abena that had wig on, I'm not bringing wig again, Ataya. So I'm not bringing wig again. I'm coming just as I am. So after activating the old one, show them the face. So I show them the face with rasta and wig and all that. That's me. Then I remove the rasta because that's not what I'm bringing. And I started to show. When I brought my new photos for the new one. We started the release from May. That photo was May. And they saw that, girl do Afro. What's happening? Who is this? Curiosity comes in. So I have to engage your attention, take you along. That's what we did. So we took people along from January to release in October. But if you take people along for just 2, people should understand. I mean, they should know what you want. It's a communication thing we're doing. You should know what I want to do. What do you want us to see? What are you drawing attention to? So that's what we did, and then we released This Far. And I kept telling them, I'm super excited about what I'm bringing, and I meant it, because something new. And This Far came in. This is where the problem comes. So if you excite people, that's another thing altogether. That's another thing. But I was sure of what I was bringing. So we engaged their attention on all corners until we had their full attention. And then we released This Far.
How are the churches impacting and helping with amplification of your music? Now that you don't want them to say gospel music, I say your music.
How are
the churches making this happen?
To be fair, the churches have been very receptive positively. I know that everybody will love my song, but this is the thing. It's a church that will sing the song more. Whatever song I can, so if I want to do I'm a piano, whatever it is. So whatever it is, my target, the general target is the soul of every person. But the market starts from the church. And they are doing well. They love my songs and they are supportive, very supportive. after I released in February this year, I did a church tour. So just put numbers there, call us, let's come. And it was good. So the churches were in there with us.
Tough question. Do you charge churches to perform in there?
That one day, I'm being real. I have a team. I take the spiritual part of my business seriously. And they are investing, so they should take the business part of the business seriously. So ask them.
That has got to be the most astute response I've ever heard from a gospel artist. And I think it's facts.
It's
facts.
At the end of the day, money where they move the thing.
Yeah, we talked about artists and their managers.
No, please don't mind Ewura Abena. You know why?
Why is that you know? They don't know why.
You don't mind her. Because at the end of the day, when they finish, she has to check the books too.
Yeah, I mean,
at the end of the day, I know there are programs we've gone, and they decide right, and I'm happy.
Okay.
They decide right. They
Tailored
know.
to fit
Because if we are going for this event, we're going with the band.
We need some cost to be
Yes, so they can ask you, Ewura Abena is doing for free. Can you pay the band? Or do you want to give us a band? They have a lot of ways they deal with them. I will not know. So it differs.
You don't let that affect you.
No. And even if I know that, because my mood, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know, to be honest. And it's not this time I'm going to think they will cheat me. See, the thing they push inside already, I'm cheating them already. That's the thing. The money they've put inside this craft already. I'm cheating them already into 10,000, 15,000. So they deal with them. If it should be charged, they will charge. If it should be free, they will make it free. I deal with the spiritual part. As I say, papa.
So that they can market it.
Yes.
I mean, I think, like I said,
understanding of job.
Yeah. And we've had this conversation here about the role the artists and the business managers play when it comes to, amplifying the craft. As an artist, your headache should be how great the song is going to be.
As an artist, your headache should be art.
The art. Right, and then you need someone who understands the business of amplifying that art in return selling it to handle it. And if you're unfortunate and you get a dumb person to do that too, then Sebi.
So I remember when we released this, when we were about to release this far, the plan was there long before. We knew that we released 7. My thing is 7. I proposed 7 to them. That 7 is very important to me. So whatever they are doing, can they look at 7 for me? Not to force it on them, but so they agree. So October they did a 7 for me, and they knew that 7th April they were going to release It Is Finished. So all other things didn't matter. They had their plan. So when they released, before that said, "Hey, Moya sure say, and you're too close," and they were like, "This is what will happen. You don't push them." I asked them, "How is the song doing?" And my manager told me, "Yours is to sing, ours is to push it, watch it." And I loved that. It made me feel at ease. To be honest, when you know somebody's, why do you worry yourself? Division of labor is good. Checks and balances. Also, I can't do it all.
There's a story that I saw in 2022. I know we've gone past it, but I just wanted to find out. It's quoted to have said that you contemplated killing your kids.
Not them alone. We were going to go together.
Talk to us about that. I mean, this is you growing up in a Christian home. Of course, you mentioned, but as a Christian, as a gospel artist, like you did say you took a break, just to work on your mental health. Did you see a psychologist or something?
Yeah, I had
therapy.
I didn't know much about depression and anxiety that time.
Right.
I was ignorant. Right. So when I left my father's house, when I got married and I got pregnant with my first child, it was a painful pregnancy. I was bedridden. I had a printing business, a small one that was going well. In fact, before I got married, I was a star, but my father was still giving me a weekly allowance, and I was working. So, you're all right. And then all of a sudden, I'm pregnant. I'm sick. Everything is going off. Just about 2 weeks to my delivery, my labor time, they opened that Ewura Dam in 2011, flooded my place. The luck I had was I was with my father that I went, because it's close, I went to sleep at my father's house. I would have died. So I had to come in, and my husband wasn't in Ghana. He was out. It was my father who came home and said, "Ewura Abena, have you passed through your house today?" I said, "No, I think the place is flooded." And I drove, and I was pregnant. I was heavily pregnant. I drove to the place, and if I tell you, like about a mile away from my home, and the flood was just somewhere here.
Wow.
And as soon as I saw that, my life changed, because everything was too much for me already.
Yeah.
I was going through so much already with my pregnancy, and then seeing that the things I bought for my baby, new things, you would want to hide it, nobody sees it, and it was soaked in mud, and we had to wash it. And that thing, I didn't know much about depression all those times, so all I knew was, and I had that impulsion on me to not let people see that I was going through a lot. So I had to bottle it up. Then after everything, we needed to find a new place so I can move in and give birth. We couldn't find, so they had to clean the place up and go back in there.
The same place?
Yes, and we had to go back in there because the time was too close for delivery. Went in there, a whole frog will come from there and come to the bathroom. And I was, all those things. So at the last part of my pregnancy, it was worse. And then I went into labor, and labor wasn't easy either. I went through hell. I came back, and when I came back, because my business was gone. I had a baby to feed. I had music that won't work now because I had some underground deal with Cibex that time. My pregnancy messed it up. Everything was gone. And then all of a sudden I felt alone because I didn't share with anybody because of stigmatization. And I didn't share with anybody. In my mind, I'm like, they're waiting for this marriage to, they will say, Mekai. So that fear was there. And then it started from there, and it was bad. Then after I gave birth, I was forcing myself to make it come back to myself. It wasn't working. Do some business thinking it will work. It was all the fears of strength I had to come back to myself. It wasn't working. Then in between, I had ruptured a topic that almost killed me. So you see, God is not dealing well with me in my head. That's what I thought. God is not being fair. Because I have not been a bad girl like that. When you look at it from that perspective, judgmental eyes now, you can even see someone who say, look at this person with all they are doing. Look at the way they are.
Job situation.
Yeah, and it's sad. Then after it, I tried to make things happen. In between, with my last, I still brought out a couple of albums. Still, in fact, I knew they were good songs, but in fact, then lastly, I had my son. That pregnancy was even worse because after my first child, I said, "Me and you," and that one we said, okay. And most times, probably is the first pregnancy. So I had the second one. My daughter was almost 6 years when I had that pregnancy. Was even worse.
Wow.
That was even worse because they didn't want me to give birth normally because of the ruptured ectopic surgery. But Akwalawe Momona, it looks like he's coming fast before his time, and it was terrible. I was bedridden. When you leave me this moment, nobody leaves me because I pass out like nobody's business. By the time you come, just to throw up, I'll be on the floor. It was terrible. Then I went to deliver, and when I come back, I don't know what that sickness is called. Soon as my son starts to breastfeed, my tummy starts to roll. It rolls, and by the time I know I'm on the floor, so when my son is crying, and I know I have to feed my son, I'm scared.
Wow.
And all these things, I didn't know much about depression and anxiety, and I wasn't telling anybody. So I was just, all I knew was self-pity. Because stand in the mirror, look at myself, and all I saw was self-pity. Then ahead of time, after my son was a bit, 1 year, so I had, the doctors gave me something I have to put on my belly before I breastfeed. So if we are going, I'm out and my son is crying and I'm looking for washroom, you will not understand me. You will not for the man and you judge me. But if I don't do that, I will pass out. I will pass out. There was one time, he was taking too long. Auntie Mary. By the time I knew it, I was in my father's office. Was in Kolebu. All they could do was to give me that gel. Then after my son, I said, my life has to come back together. I can't live like this. I was literally begging everywhere, owing everybody. So I started doing some businesses. And this was doing well, some ice creams and ice skincare packs like drinks. It was doing well. No, Doomso came in. And messed everything up. Doomso came, and that business, we had loan in there that we had to pay. And Doomso came and messed everything up. And I was in there and loan for microfinance. They'll come outside. I'll see it through the camera in the house. Life was just not fair to me. It was too much overwhelming. And you didn't have anybody to talk to that time. So literally, at the end of the day, the only thing that held me in was my children. It was just the fact that if I go, my kids will suffer. So then all of a sudden, I can't do it. Even when I'm here, I'm not doing anything. Let's go together. So I had plans. I went. And the annoying thing was that even when I was going through all those things, other people were owing me. And those people that were owing me were teaching people I was owing ways to disgrace me and get my money. Wow. And they said, somebody was owing me 1,245. I was owing somebody 700 or 800. And the person contacted her. And he said, if you threaten that you're going to post her picture on Facebook, she will pay. I didn't have the money. So when my elder sister called me, I went there, say, Rabbi, I'm an official Facebook, and I started crying. And I said, people that have covered their nakedness, I don't even have the nakedness. They are opening nakedness that's not there for people to see. And life is not fair. And God is not even fair to me. Because I have not loved once to even go. I tell myself, if I was doing secular songs, Sunday I'm telling you I'm doing last good song. Because he say, me short, me a fine girl, come in him. And it's just messing me up. So I was very bitter and sad. And then I went in there, and the plan was just to end it. I think I had
let me not push you any further on this, but let's come back. Let's come to what the recent project is. Tell us. Yeah, our time is almost up, so we wouldn't want to.
You are phenomenally strong. Yeah, and your mental fortitude is. I want a hug. Can I get a hug?
Yeah, I want a hug too.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
We know how boys are.
See how strong women are. Okay. How strong women are.
How strong women are. Serious, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's okay.
Oh, are you jealous?
It's crazy. No,
wow.
Please, you after the show, all the whole walk with it.
I see the talk, I just look at movie. I just watch them.
Yeah. You know what I picked from this? I mean, we had just about 2 minutes left, but what I picked from this is, you know, they say that, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil.
That's why I say I sing hope.
Yeah.
You won't understand.
It is, they say that the most difficult times to work with the motivational message is when you are in the situation and someone is telling you that, but they say work hard, perseverance, success will come, and all that. So for me, with all I'm hearing from you, it was the biggest test of time. With everything you've learned from childhood, what your father had imparted on you, what God had given you, all the experiences, you were tested and you survived beautifully.
And when I thought I had survived and I was doing well, my mother died. So this new album I've brought out, people won't understand. When you listen to the song from A to Z, it's just my story. Hope is all I had. And God showed up and made me know that he was with me all through. I saw his hand upon it. So he was just directing me and telling me that when they say no, it's just to tell you that go this way. So the Rebirth album, I say, is hope and peace in Christ put together. Nobody can tell you much about healing than the one that has been healed. Nobody can tell you much about brokenness than the one that has been mended. And this, I say that this one smiling here is the one's drowning soul that he rescued.
Please run us through the songs on the album quickly before we can wrap up.
I also noticed that she came in with a cassette.
Yes, I'll come into that. We'll come to that actually.
I haven't seen it in a minute.
Can you show it to the camera, please? I mean, there's a camera here.
I haven't seen it in a minute.
So we have
this one.
We have two. This one is the cassette type. You think it's cassette? It's a pen drive, darling.
Oh,
I was gonna say.
Oh, come on.
What car?
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
Cool.
You got me the first half.
Innovation.
You got me the first half.
Are you ashamed?
I am. I thought it was a cassette.
Because we know people still want hard copies. We just don't give it to them. So this one aside, and we've got this.
Oh wow.
For comfort, flexibility, this one goes into any player, any phone. So Android, iPhone,
Apple,
Type C, and then your pen drive.
Can I would love to demonstrate.
So how much is it going for?
So this is going for 100 cities. And that one will give them 200.
How do I get it and where do I get it?
So if you call 0540-993-540.
It's a bit fast. People would confuse.
0540.
0540, okay.
993 540. So if you take the 0 out, it will be 540 993 540.
Okay. All
or
right,
if you hit me up in my DM, I'm very active on social media.
And
so
the handles are
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere is Ewura Abena Music, EWURA ABENA MUSIQ. And on Facebook, the music is the page and the profile is Ewura Abena, EWURA space ABENA. It's a verified account, so you won't get lost. If you send me a DM, we deliver. And what we're doing this week is that I'm delivering myself and signing for people and taking pictures with them.
I love that. Please run me through the music or the songs quickly before you from track 1. So how many songs on there?
9.
9 songs.
So 9. The first one is an intro of my journey.
Okay.
The second one is my confidence. I did it with Adelaide this year. It's a beautiful piece. And the next one is No One But You. After the This Far challenge, there's a winner we put on the album, so I featured her. And then we have Yehovah. That's a rendition of my mother's encouragement I used in the music. We have This Far, all of you know already. We have Warrior, my superhero song. We have Faithful featuring Emmy Newman. We have Show Them, and then we have
Show Them.
Show Them. God had to. I told him this Show Them is almost like 10 years old. That song is like 10 years old. It was that time I said, God, if you don't show them that you are God, they will think I have no God.
Well, I'm reading a sentence. With that still on the screen, I feel like it's my confidence comes... Oh, can we put that back on the screen for me? I was taking the sentence out of that. My confidence comes through no one but you, Yehovah. You brought me this far and made me a warrior. I'm faithful. I will show them.
That is finished.
Okay.
No, so you got it. This is what my manager, but you got it to the end. So you are faithful, so show them. It is he that will show them.
Wow.
And let them know it is finished.
I spoiled it.
Amen. Amen.
I just want to say big ups to the team.
Yeah.
Shout outs to the team because I just got the thing loaded here.
That's
It's easy.
Yeah.
So you can play it.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Buy
loaded.
it.
It's loaded. So,
Buy
you guys-
it. I like that.
So show them if
That's
you want
show
to.
them
Show them
right.
first.
So I'm showing there. I'm showing there. You understand? This is very innovative. I mean, when you plug in the
Father,
the drive-
show them. Show them. Jesus, show them. Show them that you are
It's been
God.
amazing. It's been
Thank you,
amazing.
Father.
Thank you for being vulnerable too.
Thank you
Wow,
so very
wow,
much,
wow.
and
Beautiful.
we'll all continue praying for you. And through your life journeys, make this a story. Document the story through this album, of course, and then people can also get upliftment from this. Thank you so very much for joining us in the show this morning.
Thank you for
You're
having
truly a wild, wicked Wednesday. Yes,
Yep,
and you're a
yep.
woman crush Wednesday as well.
Indeed.
Thank you so much. Anyway, our time is up. We are out of here. We are back again tomorrow right here on Culture Daily with the whole squad. And please, like she said, jump on her handles, DM her. She just
Stream
might
the
deliver
songs.
it, stream the songs, and she just might even deliver it right to your doorstep personally if you reach out. Make it happen. On that note, Tiro, you want to drop?
I'm okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm at the point.
I like that. All right, guys. And I'm out of here. Tomorrow,